Hi everybody, it's Casey Williams. We got some snow last night and we're gonna go play in that snow, but the truck we have this week really is more about work. It's the 2024 Ford F350 King Ranch, 4-wheel drive, everything you'd want, and the 6.7 liter turbo diesel engine. Let's go look at it. The F350 is obviously about working hard, but it also looks pretty good. And some of those things that make it look pretty good also help it to work pretty hard. And it really starts in the front. It's a great big chrome grille. This is the King Ranch, so there's a lot of detail, a lot of luxury features on the vehicle. I really like what they did. I like the chrome. I kind of like the dark chrome here. Looks really good. But it also lets all the air get into the engine and help it perform better. Down below, metal bumpers, big tow hooks to get you out of trouble, and the lower air dam. It really does help your fuel economy too. Again, fuel economy is kind of relative in a F350 with the diesel engine, but it does help some. I like the LED headlamps too. Looks very nice. Come around the side, and you really start to get the feel of how big of a truck this is. Those are 18-inch wheels underneath there, and it's really, obviously very tall. But again, it's the King Ranch, it's the luxury version, it looks really nice. I like the two-tone paint, I like the contrasting wheels as well, looks really good. Even the chrome and the logos looks pretty neat too. This has the power running boards, and I highly recommend those. Getting in and out of this truck's a bit of a chore if you don't have those. It is the crew cab, so you get the 4 doors, big roomy cabin, lots of leg room. And there's some other nice little details too. There's a step right here, so you can get up, get stuff out of the bed if you get tools out of it. Come around the back. Again, another step there, nice little handle, easy to get in the back. You're all pre-set up for towing. You got the hitch, power plugs here, and then it has a power tailgate, power down and power up, so I'll show you in a second. And a built-in step here on the end of it. So you press the button, this comes down, you pull your handle out, and it makes stepping inside really easy. And once inside, you notice that it's got the spray and bed liner. All the tow hooks are up in here too. You got power outlets down below. And there's LED bed lighting, so you can see at night, get your stuff in, get your stuff out. Just really nicely organized and a lot of convenient features on it. So put it back up. Pretty easy. And then power back up. So you don't just slam and bang the tailgate. But I also like this. It looks really nice. I like the King Ranch logo on the back and the chrome. There's a lot of unnecessary chrome, but it looks pretty good. Well, it is pretty cold out there today, but we're back inside and we don't need to worry about that anymore because I really like the King Ranch cabin. First of all, it has heated seats up in the front, it has a heated steering wheel and heated seats in the back. So everybody's going to be comfortable and warm up just a little bit inside of it. Also automatic climate control, again, help us warm up. But what I like about the King Ranch package, and they've had this for over 20 years as their upper end trim level. King Ranch is a real place. It's the biggest ranch in Texas. And they actually do have leather and they actually do have horses and cows, and it's a real working ranch. But I think it's just always been a really nice trim level in the Ford pickup trucks. It just makes a lot of sense and it really connects it to people who still work hard. But it's also very upscale. You see all the brown leather, kind of like the saddle leather. I think looks really good. King Ranch logos here, and this is the King Ranch logo for the ranch. And also, if you look here in the trim, there's it's embossed in here of the King Ranch. And the stitching too, and the wood, and everything just looks very nice and premium and upscale. And it really is. I mean, it really has all the features you'd want in a luxury SUV. It has all the infotainment system. You got the B&O audio system. Sounds really nice. Sounds very crisp. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto connectivity. Very easy, nice big touch screen. Works out really well. Down below, you've got redundant controls for volume and tuning. I'm always very happy when there's an actual volume knob and tuning knob. I always say, do whatever you want with the technology, do whatever you want with the screen, voice commands, swipe screen, all that, and this has it. But it's always really nice when you're just kind of going through traffic to reach down and know where those buttons are and be able to find them very easily. Down below that, again, the climate controls, dual zone up front, automatic. And again, nice big knobs and buttons, easy to find them. Cigarette lighter style, power port there, household style there. So however you want to plug in, you can. Trailer brake controllers already built in, you got those here. And then your 4-wheel drive modes are all set up here. And there's some other modern things I really like in this truck. Again, this truck's for people who are, you're probably gonna be pulling a boat, you're gonna be pulling something. I mean, you can pull 20,000 pounds in this, so you can pull a small house if you really want to. So you probably are going to do some real work with this truck. This is not something you buy just to commute around town. I assume that you're going to pull something with it, but it is a very comfortable place, and you've got all the technology you need. You've got the flat screen instrument cluster here, very easy to read, very easy to use, and as a heads-up display up above for the speed and for navigation and the safety systems. So pretty much everything you need here. And it also does come with all the safety systems that you really need. It's got lane keep assist, it's got blind spot warning, it's got rear cross path detection, automatic emergency braking, and adaptive cruise control. I love driving the F350, especially with the high output diesel. The 6.7 liter diesel with a turbo, it's just really torquey, you got power all the time, you just feel like you're just floating on a cloud of power. And again, it's a little much for just cruising around town, but it produces 500 horsepower and 1,200 pound-feet of torque. So it's an absolutely monster engine. You can pull over 20,000 pounds with this truck. If you get the dual rear wheels, you can pull even more than that. So you have an incredibly capable truck. And like I said about a work truck, this is not something you just buy to commute back and forth to work. There are better vehicles for that. This is a truck that you're going to pull some heavy loads, get it down the road, drive it through the mountains, and not have to worry about it all because you got the power to do it. And for a truck that's this capable, it really isn't that overwhelming to drive. You know, we're in city traffic here today. We're on a little bit of the highway right now, but we've been in city traffic today. It's not difficult to maneuver. The cameras help. It feels no wider than a regular pickup truck, and it really does maneuver well and drive nice. When you get to the F350, you get solid axles front and rear, and for the most part, that's not a concern. You get on some really rough pavement, it'll get a little jittery. It just doesn't tame the front axle as much as you would like it to. But for most people, and Ford does a really good job, their engineers do a good job of springs and shocks to control that pretty well, and does that. Out on the highway, just an absolute dream. You just settle in, it just loafs along, and when you get this truck loaded with a trailer, get a payload in the bed, it does settle down, the shocks settle down, and it just feels very nice. I really do like driving the F350. I like the capability, of course, first. I like that 6.7 liter turbo diesel engine, made it to the 10-speed automatic transmission. Really just very smooth, feels very torquey, and get the load done. But it's also a very nice truck. It's a very stylish truck. It's very classy, very elegant, especially with the King Ranch package. And you know, you think about a vehicle that can basically pull a yacht and pull a small house, it also costs as much as almost one of those. So keep that in mind. Base price for an F350 is about $46,000. That's pretty much a stripper construction model. King Ranch, equipped very similar to this one, starts out at about $75,000. And this one, completely in, all the options on this truck, $95,165. Like I said, you're not going to buy this on a low budget, but if you want a luxury vehicle that can pull almost anything, anywhere, this is your truck. Well, next week, we'll have another fun car. Until then, storm forward.